Ready to see some mental moves that will allow you to control what your defender does and even break their ankles? Coach Jesse Minshew with Get Handles, where I show you how to play like the pros. Make sure you click that subscribe button so you catch into his videos the second they come out. What we're gonna do with this is get a read on what our defender is gonna be following, and it's usually gonna be one of three things. The first one would be the basketball. Now, I would typically say a defender that's following the basketball is a bad defender. You can really take advantage of a defender that's doing this. A simple way to get a read on this is just to move the basketball around when you're in triple threat or when you're dribbling the basketball, and see if they're moving their hips and their chest according to where the basketball is moving, or see if their eyes are looking at the basketball. You'll also be able to get a read on this if there's a defender going through for a lot of steals. So now when you know what they're going to be doing, that they're going for the basketball, you can totally take advantage of these defenders, because it's easy to move your hands quickly and cover a lot of ground, right? So I can move the basketball really far, and if my defenders are going to react to everything I do, they got to try to keep moving all around, covering a lot of ground really quickly, right? If I'm doing wide crossovers. So couple things you can do. If you got a defender that's really going for a lot of steals, I would either A, put the ball out there as bait to try to get them to go for it and then take advantage. You know, you can do it with just a bait drop or a crossover and a sham god, you know, all these different types of moves, but basically just putting it out there and letting the defender go for it and then reacting. Or if they're a little bit tighter and you know they're going to go for the steal, let them come in and try to crowd you, and the second they get this tight, you can just spin off of them or go into a simple behind the back. One other thing you want to do though is really extend on your crossovers, right? Because you know they're going to follow this basketball. So if I come out way wide here and maybe not move my hips and my chest quite as much, they're still going to move all the way out here. Boom, make an easy crossover to get past them. One other thing to keep in mind is on your shot fakes, right? You might want to bring the ball up a little more because you know they're really going to bite on that. Okay, second option, let's say they're following more of your hips and your chest. Well, how are you going to be able to tell that? Well, one thing you could do again is look at their eyes. If they're looking right at your chest, your hips, you know they're following your hips and your chest. One other thing you can do though is just get some jab steps without really moving the basketball, right? And you can see if they're going to react to those or not. So how do you take advantage of these types of defenders? Well, simple. Get more of these jab steps, but make them a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, or quicker. You can do short ones, but make them quick, or long ones, but either way, you want them to be quick so you get them to react on it. The other thing though you really want to focus on is moving around the court, right? When you have your dribble going, not just giving a little jab step. If they're really going to follow your hips and your chest, get some momentum going. So now they have to react, right? If you get real close to them here, they have to react. And if they're following your hips and your chest, they're gonna try to start sliding with you to begin with, right? So you could take advantage of that by making a good hard dribble and taking a bunch of steps to get some momentum going in that direction. They're gonna take off flying, and you can just stop on a dime, maybe make a little step back, and you'll create a ton of separation, maybe even break their ankles and get them to fall. But one other thing you wanna pay attention to is how you're moving your hips and your chest within your movements and your steps. It's one thing to move your feet to get your body moving, right? But to take your fakes next level for these defenders that follow your hips and your chest, you wanna focus on leaning into those fakes, right? This fake here versus this fake here, there's a difference in where my hips and my chest go, right? Well, what is it? This leg's bent, right? I'm bringing my chest low over this knee. So then it really looks like I'm about to take off in this direction. My hips and my chest are swaying more. So now my defender has all those extra reasons to move that way on top of my feet moving that way. One final note on this, for your pump fakes, right? You want to pay more attention now with these, that you're dipping down and coming up a little more for your shot fakes, whether you're doing it off the dribble or from triple threat. Get your hips and your chest into it more, because again, that's probably what they're going to be following, so you want to take advantage of that. Now this last one's probably the most fun in my opinion, but before I get into it, make sure you click that like button if you found this video helpful so far, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know who you think the best in the game is at using their defender's head to their advantage. All right, this last one's probably my favorite, and you can really take advantage of your defender, but the thing about it I like is it really ties in well with the other things that we talked about. So this can be used to amplify it, and it's your eyes. Before I get into the details, make sure you click that top link in the description down below. That's a 100% free workout that'll help you break more ankles on your defender. There are thousands of players, and I'm sure it'll help you too. Just click that link, pop your email, and I'll send it to you right away for free. So pay attention to your defender's eyes. That's the only way to really get a read on this. If they're looking in you in the eyes or at your face, you can really take advantage of them, sell your fakes even more, take them next level, because usually if a defender's looking at you in the eyes, they're going to be using their main focus on your eyes, right, to see what you're looking at, and they're going to use more of their peripheral vision to see what the basketball is doing, what your body's going to do. So you can add in those details of foot movement, leaning your hips in your chest, ball movement, and all that. But when you move your eyes in that direction, you're really gonna get those people to bite hard. If I'm gonna come this way, I don't wanna fake here and not look here. You know, if I go here, well, the defender knows I'm gonna come this way, right? So I wanna look this way and then make this change of direction. If I do a shot fake right, or a actual pump fake, I want to get my eyes to the rim. If I'm not looking to the rim, does it really look like I'm going to shoot, especially if the defender's looking at my eyes? Absolutely not. The details are going to matter a lot more for these types of defenders. The other thing you want to keep in mind though is you can kind of mess with your defender by using your eyes. This is sort of a next level thing to set them up. So an example would be like what I was showing you before that you don't want to do. If I'm going to come this way and I'm moving this way, what I can do is look this way while I'm moving this way and the basketball is coming this way. So I'm looking here, but everything else is moving this way. I can use that as a setup to make the defender think they're a step ahead of me, so they're going to try to cut this angle off, but I know they're going to try to do that, and then boom, I make that next crossover right back this way, and I've already got my body positioned to this side of them. So you could kind of use that as like a sneak attack, but you could also use it to kind of send mixed signals, because again, if they're looking at your eyes, subconsciously, whether they realize it or not, they're going to use their peripheral vision to follow the basketball and your body and your foot movement. So if I can come like this and step one way while my eyes are looking the other way, right? That's going to give them some mixed signals. They might not know exactly what to do, and you can get them to freeze up a lot of times from that and then just blow by it. A lot of different ways to take advantage of this. You can really have fun with this if they're looking at your eyes. But the key thing I want you to get out of this video is that you're following those three things, right? Paying attention to if they're following the basketball, are they following your hips and your chest, or are they following your eyes, and then see how you can control them using that to break their ankles. So if you found this video helpful and you want more ways to take your game next level, check out this video and check out this playlist. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't yet so you can catch that more and make moves today.